All right, week 15, we've got the Lions versus the Rams. Before I get started, I'm looking for subscribers. So if you look at the lower right, I'd love you to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 250 for the year, so I'm getting there. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So LA is favored by 4.5. I think LA is going to win, but I'm going to take Detroit to beat that 4.5 points. Let's kind of get into the reason why. So the model gives the Rams a slight advantage of about 1.5. That's just with a transformation of correlation between the probability of winning and the point spread. Then when you look at just the raw points, virtually identical, slight advantage up here when it comes to that upper end for Detroit. The Rams are having a great year. By the way, I'm an LA guy. I went 20 years without watching the NFL after the Rams left LA. And so that is also one of the reasons why the home field advantage isn't going to help the Rams. They literally lost a generation, but I always said that when the Rams move back, I'd be a fan again, and I have been. And I love watching them. But the fact of the matter is I think Detroit has a lot more to play for. The Rams, on the other hand, yeah, they need to win, but I don't think that they're going to be willing to pull out all the stops to, whereas Detroit has to. I think overall, Rams have maybe a slight edge on player capability, but again, it's very slight. And now it's just going to see who comes out. And I think with this last, uh, the Detroit versus the Cowboys game, I thought that that was a really good showing by Detroit, especially after they came out and just looked like dog shit versus Green Bay. So I thought the Rams looked good, but quite honestly, I think they went against some cupcakes of the Arizona Cardinals without a Kyler Murray. And even then, I thought that they should have won. So 45-17, that's great, but I expected that. Let's get into some more of the analysis. So a couple things here. Uh, with Detroit, you see some big upside numbers of potentially some of these runs and passes. Uh, Matthew Stafford's been having a great year. Uh, uh, but when you do the head-to-head matchup, you're looking at Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford both having solid days, but with an advantage of the running game going to Detroit. Then we come over here to the right, upper right, we see a little bit better pass protection of Matthew Stafford, but not so much that it would bother me that much. You definitely see some more possibilities of that uh, more more of the explosive plays. And then when you look at the head-to-head roster, what's available, I think that this strong defensive line with a running back is going to be able to really help just with solid passing. Uh, they're Detroit, when they play their game, they're a solid game. I don't know what happens where sometimes they just seem to go out and they just suck. It's hard to explain. Um, I don't exactly understand it. I've watched. I can't. I don't know if it's the coaches and the players aren't on the same page. They definitely have the players to do it. They just don't always put it together. The games I think are pretty well matched. Where other than you have this big advantage for the offensive line for Detroit, then you've got a much better secondary for the Rams. That can be a problem for Jared Goff. He definitely sometimes has issues with making uh, post snap reads and putting the ball where it's supposed to. We'll see if they can coach him up. I'm sure the Rams pretty well have the book on him and are going to do everything they can to make him throw the ball where he shouldn't be. But that notwithstanding, I think they've got literally have the horses. They've got the running back and the line to be able to control the ball, and then they've got a defense strong enough to where they should be able to make the Rams really have to struggle. You certainly have this weak secondary, but you're always going to have those types of mismatches. That is going to be an area where Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, that receiving core are going to look to exploit. But again, I don't think it's 4.5 points. I think it should be a close game. I think it should probably be under a field goal, which is what their first match was. So anyhow, that's what I got. Look forward to hearing from you, and like and subscribe.